Matt Fontana, and as always, take it easy. Well, we got what we wanted. Everybody wanted to see Shedeur Sanders get the first team reps, because those are so important. You know, get out there and play. Hey, what a football game. Was it perfect? No. At least he wasn't J.J. McCarthy. Oh, man. That stat that McCarthy would have been better off just spiking the football every time. Listen, it wasn't perfect for Shedeur Sanders. And I didn't ask it to be perfect. Am I asking him to win this weekend against the 49ers? I don't know. Go out there and see what it is. But the Browns are finally following the plan. They're following what they need to be doing. They made the right decision this week in announcing Shedeur Sanders is the starter for your Browns moving forward. It's progress. It's baby steps. We're asking them to try to come out of this. It ain't going to be quick. But there is something about Browns fans out there, not everybody, but there's a section of Browns fans out there that I just continue to ask if they're really fans, because the debate is raging. The people are angry about Shedeur and this and that. Why can't we just all for a moment live in reality? Let's live in reality for a little bit. We'll get to the Browns coming up. Buckeyes! It's not going to be a game. Look, it's not even going to be a game. They're going to smoke them. Pat McGuire in with us this week. Hi, Pat. You know, anybody that's ever listened to me for 2 seconds, you know there is nobody, there is no team, not the Ravens, not the Steelers, not the Celtics. There is no team on this earth that I sports hate more than Michigan.
I feel it in my blood. That's the thing, too. Pat. Growing up the way that we did, Michigan is just in my blood, just pure hatred.
Because it's almost as much as you love Ohio State. Right? Like you are just born that it's right there.
Do you hate losing or do you love winning more? I hate Michigan more than I love Ohio State, weirdly enough. A lot of people are saying, like, would you rather beat Michigan and not win a national championship?
Oh, we'll get to that.
That one is such a good question, though, because, like, sports doesn't have to make sense. It might be an answer you might not want to hear.
That is a great line, especially when it comes to Shedeur Sanders sometimes too, but especially Michigan, because people are like, oh, well, what if Ryan Day loses again? He's not. They're going to smoke him. We'll talk to Pat Murphy coming up from Bucknuts about it as we get ready to roll a happy Thanksgiving week edition of the Fontana Show right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Pat McGuire in with us this week, so appreciate you joining us. You can always follow us on Twitter X at Matt Fontana Show. We'll be out on Thanksgiving. 7 o'clock, Thanksgiving night. Oh, what a slate of football that's going to be. And, of course, 4 o'clock on Fridays in the Rock, presented by our great friends at FanDuel. I will be placing, for me, Pat, a large wager on Ohio State to cover that 10 on FanDuel.
It's only 10 now?
I was.
Wowzers.
Did it move?
It started at 12.5.
I had it at 10. Go ahead. Let buy it down. Let everybody else buy it down, and I will just slide in there. 11. Sorry.
Wow.
I had to check it this morning. 11.5. 9.5 to 10.5, 11. You had it at 12. Whatever it is, Ohio State's going to smoke. I'm probably placing, for me, a large wager on Ohio State this week. Get signed up, FanDuel.com/bigplay. We'll tell you about them coming up. Our great friends at Pure AV and Physicians Ambulance. But we started a little bit of Browns on the show this week because, you know, Shedeur got the win. And it's such an interesting debate about Mina Kimes' famous line that wins are not a quarterback stat. And you watch that game on Sunday and you realize, wins aren't always a quarterback stat. Did Shedeur play well? No. You know, there was an advanced analytics stat, and trust me, I'm not smart enough to explain or figure them all out. But basically, Pat, it was this, that of positive plays versus negative plays, like positive EPA, everybody talks about that, expected whatever average. And Shedeur it was like 18-6. He had 18 negative plays for like 6 or 9 positive ones. It was a 2-to-1 ratio, give or take there. So, like, yes, did he do enough to win the game? Yes. I know he threw a screen pass to Dylan Sampson and he took it to the house. Throw to Bond. I sent a tweet out right after and I go, this is Shedeur's job. We're done debating here. This is over. And people are instantly like, well, you know, he didn't play all that well. I know he didn't. I'm not sitting here telling you that he did. What else are you going to do? This is his job now. Well, it gets dicey about giving injuries or giving guys jobs away because of injuries. I'm sorry to Dylan Gabriel. You didn't do enough to keep that job. And at this point, I have a good chunk of Dylan Gabriel. I've seen it. Okay? I'm going to afford Shedeur Sanders the same thing. I'm going to afford him 5 or 6 games and see if it can get better or if he can learn the things that got to pick up. And here's the thing, Pat, that blows my mind about Browns fans. We talked about this on last week's show, and a lot of people, I had somebody talk to me about this. They go, man, I thought your point was so good. Some Browns fans would rather be right and watch the team suffer and lose just so they could say that they were right. Instead of, like all of us that are true Browns fans, I want Shedeur Sanders to be good. I want Dylan Gabriel to be good because that is your easiest path out of this hell. You want to find a quarterback? Put all your effort and hope into Shedeur Sanders being the guy. Now, I'm a realist. Yes. Is it off to a great start? Not necessarily. Is he a 5th-round pick? Yeah. Why did he fall to the 5th round? All that stuff is coming up. I'm putting all my effort and energy into Shedeur Sanders being the guy, knowing that there's a chance, and maybe more a better chance, that it's not the answer. But what else do I have to do right now? Who else do I have to put faith in? And when I really start to look at that 26 draft class, which it's still early, but you've had most of a regular season of college football, to sit there and say, you really think you're going to get one of those guys? I think Fernando Mendoza is going to be fine. Magic Johnson, he ain't going to be there. If you know that clip. They interviewed Magic Johnson about all the Lakers' struggles, and he goes, I ain't going to be here.
I ain't going to be there.
I ain't going to be here. Fernando Mendoza is not going to be there. All right? You're going to pick 7. You're going to pick 8. And, okay, well, you could move up and sure, okay, fine. People are talking to me about Dante Moore. I like Dante Moore a lot. There's a lot that I see the physical side of it. I see some pure passing ability. I think he's really good. I'm taking away his UCLA time. Do people remember he was at UCLA for a year? Then he went to Oregon and backed up Dylan Gabriel, and now he's the full-time starter. I'm setting that UCLA time. The guy's got 8 starts, Pat. 8, 9 starts or whatever it is. I need more. Not a big Ty Simpson fan. Okay, I think Lenore Sellers is going back to school. I don't know about Nussmeier anymore. And it's hard because then people go, "Whoa, what are you doing? Just gearing up for the 27 draft class? How do you know they're going to be any better?" No, I'm talking about, are these quarterbacks guys that you can look at and without a doubt can be your franchise guy? And if you have any hesitation on that answer, you cannot take them in the top 10. You want to take Dante Moore at 18 with that Jags pick? Fine. He's there in the 2nd round. I know he's not going to be, but you get what I'm saying. That is too important of a pick. Staring down some of the receivers that are going to be in this draft. We need an offensive tackle. That might be tough. One of the Utah guys would be really nice there, but at 8, I don't know, it's going to be hard. But you get what I'm saying? You can't just sit there and put all your eggs in the basket of a guy that I wish there was some I don't want to say unanimous because everybody knows Fernando Mendoza is going to go 1 or be the first quarterback taken. But after that, if you're not sure, don't play that game. Just go all in and say, look, let's see what Shedeur has for right now. I'm so sick of the future and 6 months down the road. Shedeur's your starter. Play him. See what you got out of him. Hope for some improvement, Pat. That's all I'm asking for the Browns. And do I expect them to win this weekend? We'll get to our picks later, but I just want to see improvement for Shedeur because that is the best thing for the Cleveland Browns. This is what some Browns fans are failing to realize. The best situation, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for this whole thing for the Cleveland Browns is Shedeur Sanders is good. And you might sit there and say, well, he's not. How do you know? He's played 2 games. All right? He's played 2 games. What else you got to do? Put him out there, see what you got. That's kind of where I'm at with this whole thing with him, Pat. Let him play, see how it is, and don't put all your eggs in that basket of a quarterback class that I frankly have a lot of questions about.
Yeah, I mean, you think about how much it's changed over the last couple of years, too. Drew Aller was can't miss, Nick Padone's favorite, quarterback prospect. Look where he's at these days.
Where's Garrett Nussmeier?
Garrett Nussmeier, so many of these things. I mean, look at Quinn Ewers last year.
Oh, good call.
All of these dudes, so much changes. You have to give Shedeur Sanders more time. My counter argument, though, is a lot of people who are not on the Shedeur Sanders train, they want to say that about Dylan Gabriel. At a certain point, there has to be a ceiling that you see in order to give them more of a chance because Dylan Gabriel, we've kind of seen what he's had through, 4 or 5 games, whatever, 6?
Yeah,
6
at this
point, something like that. But you've seen what you've seen out of Dylan Gabriel, too, because there's no point in going back. I frankly was shocked that Kevin Stefanski came out so quickly on Monday and said that, Shedeur is going to be the starter, and it's not Dylan, even though he did clear the concussion protocol. I was kind of shocked by that because he's Dylan's, Dylan and Kevin are best friends, basically, but
I think that was I think I'm with you, and I thought that was just such the right call because it was so apparent to go to Shedeur. But I also think that was a level of confidence about Kevin Stefanski's job.
Yeah,
because all right, I'm dancing around things. You shouldn't do that. I had somebody let me know last week that there was a lot of concern about Shedeur Sanders he couldn't even grasp the playbook. There were issues about, and what do we see? A lot of pre-snap penalties. And I had somebody tell me that he was messing up practice on getting guys lined up. And I get, he's a rookie. Give him the time to grow. I want all that. But like, if Kevin Stefanski was worried about his job, I think he'd be starting Dylan Gabriel this weekend. I think he'd be riding that out as best that he could. But it was time to see Shedeur. They needed to see Shedeur. And let's not forget, they made their bed with this. This is the bed that they made when they said, we're taking 2 rookies, and the owner comes out in training camp and says, we're going to see both of these guys. Like it or not, that's what you had to do. That is the world that we live in right now. So you play Shedeur. I just hope for the improvement. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up Myles Garrett, too. Like, what an absolute animal that guy is. There is in no debate, no question anymore that he is the best defensive player in football. He will win Defensive Player of the Year. And anybody that ever wants to bring up, Micah Parsons or TJ Watt, absolutely not. Those guys are elite, and then there's Myles Garrett. Okay, that guy is in his own stratosphere right now on how he rushes the passer. He's so good. I mean, 10 sacks. That D-line was feasting in that game. Raiders are not good, but it doesn't matter. Like, they got the sacks they needed. And where'd you be without Myles Garrett, man? You know, I really thought they were going to trade him. I really thought that was going to happen this offseason. Thank goodness that they did not. Quick on the Buckeyes. We're going to talk to Pat Murphy coming up from Bucknuts, and we'll talk a lot of Buckeyes there. But just my thoughts on this game going. I'm so excited for it. And I think the debate Pat has been on about, the college football playoff, how it lessens some of these games. Like, Ohio State's making it. Michigan will not. And it's crazy to think that we're at this point that the Big Ten championship is still alive. Like, Ohio State's got to win. Them and Indiana control their own fate. They win this weekend, then they're going to meet in the Big Ten championship. The debate about if it's actually good that you play in that game or not, and get into the playoffs still or things like that. But it has taken it away a little from this game, because back in the day in the era when we grew up, right, BCS, there were only 2, and you needed to win. That was the playoff. That was a playoff game that you got every single year. This is strictly about revenge. This is strictly about going to play your rival and bury them. And I feel like Ohio State's going to do that. We'll get to some of it with Murph, but just quick, like Michigan, right? And again, everybody's out. Ohio State's played a cupcake schedule. So is Michigan. The Big Ten's actually not great. They got 5 solid teams. That's about it. Dude, they beat Purdue by 5. They beat Northwestern by 2. No. I see only one way that this actually happens, and it's the obvious one. Bryce Underwood goes hero. And with the defense that Ohio State's been playing, with the pass rush that they've been getting with Caden Curry and Kenyatta Jackson and Arvell, I didn't bring up the best guy, probably Arvell Reese. Jeez, man. Sonny Styles, we're done here. We're done. This is going to be an easy cover for the Buckeyes, and I'm all for it. I'm so excited. And people are like, well, are you nervous for this game? No. What does that mean? Nothing. They're going to win. They're going to win. Have you said that the last 4 years? Yeah, I have. Okay? Yes, I have. This one I feel a lot different about. I just feel different, Pat. I feel like they're more prepared for this game. They're ready to go. And I do. This is probably my strongest take about why I'm not worried about this Michigan game this weekend. Ohio State winning the national championship last year took so much pressure off of this game. And you say, well, don't you want the pressure for the excitement? I want it. I don't want the players to have it. And the players that saw what that Ohio State team did a year ago, now they can strictly go in and say, we don't need to win this game. We want to win this game. We want to bury these guys. We don't need to win it to save Ryan Day's job, or if we were going to make the playoff, because we had a loss. It was all worried about if they were going to make it or not. That is all off the table right now. This is strictly about going to win a football game because you want to win a football game. That's how it should be, and that's why I feel confident in Ohio State and just taking care of business.
I feel great about it too, but think about the butterfly effect of that Michigan game in 2024. They lose 13-10 to Michigan. Chip Kelly tried to establish the run all day long against that Michigan, that Michigan front.
Yeah.
Didn't really work out well, couldn't throw the ball. Ohio State loses that game, but go on to win the national championship so they can play. They are not playing for Ryan Day's job in this Ohio State-Michigan game in 2025. Chip Kelly goes to the Raiders, can't run the ball against the Browns, gets fired. I mean, what a week we've had for Chip Kelly, unfortunately there for you, fella. But I think that Ryan Day learned so much from that loss last year, because in 2023 and 2022, they were trying to air the ball out a little bit more. They had the receivers to do it, and honestly, they had the receivers last year too. But trying to throw the ball so much and then completely course correcting to 2024 where you're running the ball. I understand you had Quinshon Judkins, Travion Henderson, great running backs. They're in the league now. I understand that. But a little bit more balance on this Buckeyes offense, I think, will do them a lot of favors.
And especially, did you see the weather for Ann Arbor on Saturday? It's going to be bad. It's going to be windy and cold. It's going to be windy and cold here, too. So run the ball, the short passes. Jeremiah Smith's going to play, and I think Carnell Tate is going to play in that game, too. So we'll get ready to go. All right, coming up, we'll get to the report card, get ready to go for the Browns and the 49ers. We got our parlay. Maybe Ryan's the bad luck. Have we thought about that? Pat's got his picks for the parlay. I'm just kidding. We'll get to the parlay coming up a little bit later here on the show. Pure AV, I think about this glorious holiday week. You got NFL Thursday and Friday, and you got rivalry Saturday in college football. You got college basketball going on. You got some hockey. You got some Cavs. How's your setup? Pure AV. I brought it up last week. Thinking about that gift, joint gift. Maybe you and your spouse, you and your loved one want to get something and go, you know what? Let's just go in this together. Because we're both going to enjoy it. Pure AV can be that solution for you. You want that setup. You could be sitting there on Thursday, right? Have the family over. Has everybody got a seat to see the TV? Everybody got a nice little comfortable spot to sit on down? Because don't you hate that, Pat, when you're at somebody's house and you get up to go get a drink or go grab another appetizer, another deviled egg, because I'm going to eat 15 of them on Thursday. And you get up and you're like, excuse me, let me slide excuse me. Oh, my cousin.
Not at my place.
My cousin took my seat, and it's like, what are you going to do? Get up? I'm like, get up. You can't do that.
That's Thanksgiving for you.
Welcome to it. Pure AV can solve all of that because not only the AV and the electronic type of stuff, they can do furniture for you. They can build anything that you need. Check them out today. Scan that QR code. Go see them down in Akron. Their showroom is just incredible to see in person. But they'll come straight out to your home, too. Take a look at you, build you a setup, whatever you're looking for, any price point with our friends at Pure AV. Let's take the report card. We'll take a look at those 49ers coming to town this weekend. It's Fontana Show, presented by FanDuel, right here on Big Play.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows, energy-efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
All right, welcome back. Fontana Show right here on Big Play. Check us out Thursday night, 7 o'clock on the Big Play channels and YouTube, as well as the social media. 4 o'clock Fridays on The Rock, presented by FanDuel, Pure AV, and our great friends at Physicians Ambulance. Folks, if you're an EMT or a paramedic looking for work, check them out because they don't just go by the status quo. Like, I've seen this over many years knowing Jason S. at Physicians Ambulance, where they're always striving to push forward. They always want to be the best company when it comes to the newest fleet of vehicles, cutting-edge protocols. And in fact, just a couple years ago, Jason and the team at Physicians had some of their protocols brought up at national conferences on maybe everybody should be doing it this way. And it comes back to the employees that they have. They treat them like families. But you want to go to a place that has all, like, they just invest in their employees. They invest in their company. And they're out there saving lives. They're, again, EMT paramedics. They do organ transplants. I know it's so, we should mention this too. Just everybody's so happy. Everything was going on with Bernie, and he's already discharged from the hospital. It's great. Like, Physicians Ambulance, they actually have a specific vehicle. We're here at Burke Lakefront Airport. There are organs that fly in from out of town with the entire transplant team. 'Cause that's the thing. When the organ is taken and it's coming to the person, the recipient, the entire transplant team has to come with it. Physicians Ambulance has a vehicle specific for that, for transporting up to 8-10 doctors on top of an organ to save a life. Like, that's the work that they do. On top of municipal, on top of regular, runs and all the different things. They work with all the major sports teams here in Northeast Ohio as well. And they're hiring because they are so busy. It's not because a lot of people are leaving. It's because they have so much work and just they think about how much more they can be impacting our community. So if you're an EMT or paramedic, full-time or part-time, check them out. Apply today and help them continue to set the standard at Physicians Ambulance. Online, physiciansambulance.com. All right, Pat, let's take a look at those 49ers as we get ready to go for this weekend as they come to town after a nice Monday Night Football win. And we take a look at it here. We didn't really do quarterback because it's Brock Purdy. I mean, oh boy.
It better be.
Whew.
Although that Monday night game.
That was not good. Not good on Brock Purdy right
Carolina
there.
Panthers is sneaky. Their defense is a little bit better than you might think, but
Yes.
3 first-half picks, I think it was.
That was not good. And I think that was rust. Like, and I know he looked really good in the first game that he came back. I think he started, I think Shanahan was like, all right, we're back into this.
No?
He was now ready to go. But as we lay it out, Kyle Shanahan, as long as he's a head coach, he's going to be one of the best head coaches in football. I just think that's where it's at. The wide
We had him in our building. Brian Hoyer, that's why.
There's PowerPoint out there somewhere.
Somewhere.
There's PowerPoint.
Andrew Hawkins.
And I'd love to see it, Kyle. I don't know if you've got it on a thumb drive somewhere, but I'd love to see that PowerPoint.
Shanahan the Manahan.
Manziel. My favorite clip is when they ran that play, that trick play, dude. And he's standing there, he's like, "Go."
The best part though too is like he had to fake like he was yelling at Manziel. He might have just taken the opportunity. Yeah.
It's very much Kyle Shanahan. To the receiving core there, it is Juwan Jennings. Like I know Ayuk, that story, crazy how that turned, but also you could have seen that probably coming.
What happened in Pittsburgh too?
Well, it's like Ayuk is that it comes back to a debate that I don't know if we have time here to do, but it's like when you sit down with these guys, it's not just the stats. It's like, are they and I know it gets chachi when people talk about this. Are they a teammate? Are they a guy that wants to be here and be a part of this? I never felt Brandon Ayuk wanted to play for the 49ers. I never did.
The thing about it, too, is like people don't realize sometimes that it is a workplace. Like there are interpersonal relationships that you still need to maintain.
Right, and teammates that you got to step up and help out. 100%. So all of that aside, even with Juwan Jennings, Pearsall, they didn't throw the football to it all, but when you add George Kittle to that, which we do in the wide receiving core, that guy is still so electric. We're just going to go past running back. He leads the NFL in carries and receptions. He's back.
Yeah.
And Christian McCaffrey.
30 times on Monday Night Football.
And the thing is, and I don't want this to happen, he's back to being healthy.
I know.
He's back to being the tank that he is.
Yeah. The big thing, though, is his yards per carry is down.
Yes.
People are making a big thing about that. At a certain point, when you had Mac Jones going and George Kittle was out, Juwan Jennings was out, you're going to have a lower yards per carry, guys. I don't know how to explain that to you. And Trent Williams was out for a good stretch of that as well. But, I mean...
He's electric. He's so good. Yeah. Offensive line, again, just ours is in flux. Again, underrated, I think, because they've spent a lot of good money on that offensive line over there in San Francisco. And then their defense is good. It's not the same without Nick Bosa and Fred Warner being out. But I don't think there's many defenses that we would take over the Cleveland Browns right now. So, again, edge very much to San Francisco, and that's why they're 8-4 and a really good team. Sneaky for that playoff. I don't want to say Super Bowl, but you never know for the 49ers.
There's good value with it for sure.
All right, speaking of value, we do love value when it comes to FanDuel and our 4-leg parlay. Pat's got 2 picks. I got 2. We're going to hit it this week on a Thanksgiving edition. Parlay is next.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
All right, here we go. The 4-team parlay presented by our friends at FanDuel. He's Pat McGuire, and this week I'm Matt Fontana. So you know how it goes. Pat has 2 picks. I have 2 picks. We'll get to it coming up with our friends at FanDuel. My sister-in-law and I love to bond over sports betting because she loves it. You know the app she bets on? FanDuel, because she's smart. She knows what she's doing.
Yep, that's
Get on FanDuel. The basketball is humming right now.
Oh, yeah. Basketball's way in now.
See, this thing, I'm not a big college basketball guy, Pat, but there's so many boost tokens for it now. And I love it because did you see the thing they have out for Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah. Pass the leg?
Pass the leg.
Yeah, this is sweet.
It is cool.
I love this.
So what you can do is go to FanDuel and sign up, FanDuel.com/BigPlay. If you've not signed up yet as a new customer, what you do is go to FanDuel.com/BigPlay. Place any bet you want, $5. You can do NHL, you can do basketball, college, pro, football, whatever you want. And if you win that $5 bet, you get $300 in bonus bets as a new customer if that first $5 bet wins. If you go to FanDuel.com/BigPlay. Again, FanDuel.com/BigPlay to sign up. But you mentioned the pass the leg. This is cool. What you do is you get a group together and you build a parlay and then you pass it to the next person and everybody adds a leg in the app. It's so cool. I think that's awesome. So you'll be sitting there having fun on Thanksgiving. Me, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, my brothers, and say, all right, everybody, we're going to do football. Everybody add a leg. And then you just go and you add it, and there's the parlay built on out. I love it at FanDuel. The interface is so great. I've been running a lot of Cavs parlays. Hit a nice one last week there with the wine and gold. Got some football ready to go. FanDuel is where it's at. And again, these boost tokens, chef's kiss, man. I love them. FanDuel.com/BigPlay. Get signed up today. And again, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. We got plenty of NBA action coming up as well. Must be 21 over, present in select states, or 18 and over and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issue is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccp.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Let's go. Like one of the parlay, Pat. Here we are. There's a game that I really like this weekend, because it's more about me continuing to sit here and not like the Pittsburgh Steelers. And all the
it's Michigan, it's Pittsburgh, it's anybody.
It's anybody at this point. But I'm going to sit here, and my first leg up, I want to make sure it's right. It's 3.5 Bills over Pittsburgh. Like, there's no question on this one. I think the Bills are starting to get themselves right a little bit here. I think it's more about Pittsburgh failing. I just don't like where Pittsburgh is at right now. Give me the Bills 3.5 over the Steelers. Pat.
Yeah, my leg too. I actually love that. We filmed the snap count yesterday with the Pittsburgh boys.
New Pittsburgh
Charlie
chauffeur.
Batch. Charlie Batch took the Bills to cover.
Yes.
So that's kind of
I
where
feel
we're
good
at
about
these
that.
days. We feel pretty good about that. Kind of feels like that year where they had Chase Claypool and they started 8-0 or 9-0 and then they fell off. But anyway, my next leg is actually sort of a statement on the AFC as well too, because I'm taking the Cowboys money line against the Chiefs, because I understand there's a really good home field advantage with Arrowhead. I know it's in Kansas City on a standalone game. They love to show out that way. However, Cowboys are playing really good ball. They went down 21-0 against the Eagles, came back at home, incredible showing. CeeDee Lamb, I think he'll get those drops figured out, but George Pickens is playing out of his
what a move that
mind.
was. What a move.
I mean, you had there's a meme of that Maserati or whatever it is that's sitting in next to a really decrepit home. That was him with the Steelers.
Yes.
That is, George Pickens is such a talented guy. He fits Dallas perfectly. They're probably going to franchise tag him, if not long term. I'm taking the Cowboys here.
All right, next up for me, I'll stay in the AFC in a way that I'm taking the Falcons to cover 2.5 over the Jets. Yeah. I know Tyrod Taylor's in there. I actually think it was better for the Falcons to go to Kirk Cousins. You don't want Michael Penix hurt. There's a lot of questions around his health and his future. I'm sure at the Falcons. I think they got a big win this past weekend. I know the Saints are not good, but I don't think the Jets are very good. Falcons minus 2.5 for me. Final one for you, Pat.
Final one for me. I like them a lot. The Rams are in there. The Browns Niners is only 5.5. That's kind of shocking. Browns plus. Stay away from that one, maybe. I don't know, but let's see. I think the Chargers minus 9.5 against the Raiders. That feels like free money to me, because especially the Chargers are going to get Amarian Hampton back. I believe it'll be this week, if not next week, but I think they should be able to handle that. I think that one's in LA at home. They should be able to handle Tim.
Yeah, Raiders are starting to flounder. They fired their offensive coordinator. Sometimes there's a boost with that, but I don't buy it. So again, I'm going to take the Bills over the Steelers minus 3.5. I will take the Falcons minus 2.5 over the Jets. Pat's got Cowboys money line, and he'll ride with the Chargers there minus that 9.5. Get that boost. Get it rolling. FanDuel.com.
That's plus 16-17 by the way.
Let's that money line.
$10.
That
wins
money
you
line.
$161.
That's the biggest one we've done this year.
Hey, I feel really good about
Let's go. We got it. Get signed up today. FanDuel.com/bigplay. Get on the app and get right. All right, Patrick Murphy's going to join us. Buck Nuts, get ready to go for some Ohio State, Michigan. Pat joins us next. You're on the Big Play.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows. Energy-efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
Here we go. The game this weekend, Ohio State, Michigan. We get ready for it. We bring in the great Patrick Murphy, Buck Nuts. Follow him on Twitter at _Pat_Murphy. Go follow Buck Nuts. They've got it all. Pat, Murph, really appreciate your time, man. And I'm just going to start with this. I have no fear of this game. I think Ohio State is just going to wipe the floor with Michigan. There's no team I sports hate more than Michigan. I don't see a way that they win this game. I think it's easy pickings for Ohio State. Murph, your comeback or your response to my exuberance here, and maybe misguided exuberance for the Buckeyes on Saturday.
Well, look, on paper, you're right. This is the best team in the country. They have the best defense in the country. I know the offense the last couple weeks hasn't been clicking on all cylinders, but they still won convincingly and put up points and yards, even without Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, who I think there's a good chance you see at least one, if not both of those guys back this weekend. But it's still this Michigan game. And we were talking yesterday after Ryan Day's press conference, and until I see him get over this hump, get over this hurdle that is the Wolverines this last 4 years, I think me and probably a lot of Ohio State fans are going to have this thing in the back of my or their heads about, like, is this going to be another screw up? Because let's be honest, last year they should have won. We're saying all the same things, right? It was even worse of a Michigan team, and Ohio State was just as good. And you still find a way to lose it at home. I think this year's Michigan team's better, but I still don't know how they score much on Ohio State's defense. But again, that didn't matter last year. So I agree with everything you said based on what we've seen all year. But we know just what this game is when you get to it. And if Ryan Day goes out there and doesn't coach the way he can, his best possible, I think there's a chance that Michigan can hang in it, and then you just never know. I mean, think about 2 years ago in Ann Arbor when Kyle McCord has the chance to drive down the field at the end. Like, to me, that was just a good old-fashioned Ohio State-Michigan game. Two teams, a home team pulls out a win at the end. I think if Ryan Day lets Michigan hang around in this game, then it can end up being something similar. And, Bryce Underwood has a chance to shine there at the end. So I agree again, but it just, there's something in the back of my head that's just like, I don't know. You gotta get over the hump.
Yeah, and I think, Murph, it's more like I think the national championship last year kind of took some pressure off this game because it showed you can make it without it. And I do think, unfortunately, it's taken a little bit of luster off of this game. I still get really excited because I just don't like Michigan, but I think it showed a lot of that program that not only can we go win a national championship, but I think it took the pressure off Ryan Day and the people that I was always a Ryan Day supporter. I think he's really good at what he does, and I want him to beat Michigan, but I'd rather go win national championships. So I just think, Murph, like that pressure being off, it's not Ohio State going into this game so much as we are required to win this game. We have to win this game. It's back to how it should be. We want to win this game, and we want to beat our rival for all the right reasons. So that's kind of another reason I'm buying this weekend, being a little pressure off the Buckeyes.
Agreed. And I think the fact that Ryan has won a national championship just in general takes pressure off, the entire job. And I know he'll say, we'll try losing a game and see how that pressure ramps back up. But I do think the backlash won't be as bad if Ohio State were to go up and lose it because of the reason you detailed. And it is unfortunate. I think it's more NFL-like, but I think you hit it on the head for Ohio State fans, for Michigan fans, really for fans of college football, especially Big Ten fans. Like, this game still has to matter. It has to have meaning beyond, does it ruin your season? And I think that's true about all rivalries in college football that we've talked about, the Iron Bowl, the Egg Bowl, just to mention a couple this week. Like, these games have to matter because they hurt for 365 days or whatever it is. Even if you were to end up playing again, like, this game in the regular season has to be the one that everyone talks about. So, I think you're spot on. This game has to matter, but it doesn't kill you if you do lose it, as we saw last season.
Talking with Patrick Murphy. Go follow him on Twitter, _Pat_Murphy from Bucknuts. Get ready to go for Ohio State, Michigan. Murph, let's go to the Michigan side of things for just a second. How would they win this game? Because it's like, I sit there and I look at some of the games where they barely beat Northwestern. They've had to barely get past Purdue, and it's hard to play the schedule game in the Big Ten because teams are just so different. There are just, frankly, some really bad teams in the Big Ten. But I sit here with Michigan and I go, you would need the heroic, like borderline Heisman level performance from Bryce Underwood. And I think Bryce Underwood's good. Like, there are plays that I see him make that I go, okay, there's something to be there. I just question, frankly, the rest of Michigan, specifically even on their defense, trying to stop our offense. But create the scenario for me. If Michigan were to win on Saturday, how would they do that?
Well, I think it needs to be a real low-scoring game. I think you probably need at least one, if not both, of Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate to be out or be limited so that it looks more like last weekend's offense than we've seen most of the season. And, if they can shut down Ohio State's run game, which has gotten going the last couple weeks, but that was against two pretty poor run defenses. But I think the confidence is there. I think that limits what Ohio State can do offensively. And then, you're going to need some big plays, whether it comes from Bryce Underwood, making some plays with his legs, making a couple throws. Michigan would need, hit a big run with Jordan Marshall, potentially, a guy that Ohio State recruited pretty heavily. So I think it would have to be, I don't want to say fluky because I think Michigan's better than that, but it would have to be sort of out of character from what we expect of Ohio State. This defense would have to give up a play or two that they've not really given up all season and not look at the part. But again, I think that isn't going to happen. but then I didn't think last year was going to happen. So, I do think it'll have to be something we don't expect, at least on this side of things. But I've learned to expect the unexpected when we're talking this game.
Absolutely. All right, our final thing here. You mentioned you believe at least one of the two between Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith will play. That'll be good. The one thing for the Buckeyes that you're going to focus on for this game coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, pregame, that'll be it, right? Just watching those two guys. I've gotten really good at finding Carnell Tate on the sideline the last couple weeks. Look, I think Jeremiah was on Caleb Downs' podcast. He said he feels like he's going to play. I think Ryan Day's comments on Tuesday were more on the side of at least one of these guys are going to play. Look, Jeremiah Smith said it in the offseason, like he's not losing to Michigan again. So I can't imagine, unless his leg fell off, that he's going to miss this game. Like, this matters to him despite being a Florida kid. And then Carnell Tate, like, it's a bit more up in the air just because, the injury has kind of lingered a little bit longer. He's missed 2 games. Jeremiah Smith's only missed 1. I missed 3 games, actually. So I think that's certainly going to be key. And then during the game, it goes back to Ryan Day and this play calling. Does it just feel like an Ohio State offense that's going out there and playing and playing with some freedom? Or is it tight? Is it trying to run the ball when maybe you don't need to, trying to prove something? I think that national championship should tell Ryan Day, look, go play your game and you're going to win more often than not. And all that matters is winning. There's nothing to prove in this game. But that will be the biggest thing for me is if he can just go out and coach like he'd coach any other game, while still recognizing this is the Ohio State-Michigan game.
Murph, really appreciate your time. Go follow him on Twitter, _Pat_Murphy. Buck Nuts. You hear him on 97.1, The Fan in Columbus. Happy Thanksgiving, bro. Really appreciate your time. Safe travels to a really rowdy place in Ann Arbor, too. So just safe travels up there. Be careful. Watch yourself up there.
Will do. Thanks, Matt.
There he goes. Patrick Murphy, Buck Nuts, joining us. Pat McGuire, they threw batteries at my car. Not my car, my buddy's car. We went up to Michigan, Ohio State in 2011. They threw batteries at my buddy's car. They're just, I can't stand them. Michigan
That's like hearing about
fans,
Santa
Michigan,
Claus,
Can't stand them. I just can't do it.
Hey, at least it wasn't your car, man.
It was not my car.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
That's like throwing
I did not
snowballs
try.
at Santa Claus in Philadelphia and everything like that.
Right. My buddy was adamant about
Ridiculous.
driving his car. He's like, I'm going to drive. I'm like, go ahead. Knock yourself out. And we're driving up the street because I don't know if you've ever been to the Big House. There's a golf course like right next door, and a lot of people just park their cars there. So that's where we park. We're going down the street, and it's frat houses and sorority houses and all that. And what they're doing college kids right there. And I was college age at the time too, and they're just standing out there. And I told my buddy, I said, now he had a red car, so I was like,
oh no,
it is what it is. I look at it and I go, Tim, don't put that flag out the window.
Don't
Put that flag out the window. But they could see in the car. We all had Ohio State jerseys.
They could smell it on you, first of all.
They're just chucking double A's at us. It is what it is. So go Bucks.
Oh, my goodness.
I think we need some good karma here on the grid. Let's get the grid for the Buckeyes this week. How about that? We'll get to the Immaculate Grid coming up your way next. Fontana Show presented by FanDuel right here on Big Play.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
All right, let's get to it. You know how it works. The Immaculate Grid. We got it. Pat McGuire in this week. Matt Fontana with you. Presented by FanDuel right here on Big Play. Start 10,000 career passing yards. Okay. Go. All right, so it's got to be Donovan McNabb.
One of the most forgotten Eagles of all time.
So good. He was so good.
He was so good.
All right, I would
Colts.
say Peyton did that
Peyton.
probably. He might have done that in a season, to be honest with you. I don't know. And then Josh Allen's got to be there. You can go Jim Kelly if you want.
Yeah, let's do Jim Kelly.
Let's do it. Jim Kelly. All
right.
right.
We used Josh Allen yesterday, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did. That's right.
I
That's
like
our
it.
only
I
one
like it.
team.
I like
That's
it.
right. All right, here we
First
go.
one, Fred Taylor? Or Fred... who's that short running back?
No, I think Fred Taylor's. You're right. I thought Fred Jackson for a second.
That's who I might be getting confused with.
Hang on. Well, we can pull
We'll
it
go
back.
back.
We're
We'll go back.
going
We'll
to
go
rush
back.
through here. All right. There is one that's bothering me there for some reason. All right, we can come back to that one too if we want. All right.
MJD in there somewhere or not?
Well, see,
I don't think he played for Buffalo.
did he play for the Eagles though, or am I Darren Sproles did, and I know that. You want to just knock the Browns out so they're nice and comfortable? Okay. So right there would be. Is that not Miles Austin? Did he play? Now? Wait a minute. I've done this one before and it's screwed up because he's the wide receivers coach there, and I think he went to Philly, but he didn't. All right.
The funny part is my brain first went to Carson Wentz.
But yeah, he didn't come here. That's right. He should.
Yeah.
All right, we can do
Man.
Colts Browns. We can do that. Ronnie Harrison.
Harrison.
That's a deep cut. Ronnie Harrison. I loved Ronnie Harrison, man. Good player. 0.3%. Look at us. And then Bills.
Tyrod.
Tyrod Taylor.
I like it.
Tyrod.
Tyrod. Excuse me.
Tyrod. All right, Eagles Browns.
I'm thinking
Jeff Garcia.
Okay.
Duh.
Wow.
Jeff Garcia. There you go.
Haven't heard that name in a long
Yeah, a long time ago.
Long
yeah.
time.
All right, now we just got to focus on the Jags. All right, quarterbacks.
Look
It's
at that
not-
picture for Jeff, by the way.
Oh yeah. yeah.
No favors done.
No. None done.
Absolutely no
None.
favors done.
He was just in the news for something like a couple months ago. I
Yeah,
don't
he was
remember.
talking crazy about back of quarterbacks or whatever.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. I think you're
He's
right.
also an idiot, but whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Jags. All right, quarterbacks. Blake Bortles doesn't work. I always go to Mark Brunell, but I don't know if he went to any of
Yeah.
those other spots.
Nick Foles, I think, played.
Oh
both of
yeah,
these
Nick
spots.
Foles. That's right,
Yeah.
Nick Foles. That's right. That is 100% Nick Foles.
He got a bag.
Actually, he would have worked for the Colts too.
Did he really?
Yeah, did Nick Foles play for the Colts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
shoot, he played everywhere.
That's all right. That's all right. We got that one off. All right,
Okay.
so there. Oh man, there
It
is-
feels running back.
It does. It's not Edgerrin James.
No. Maurice Jones-Drew didn't go anywhere.
I don't think-
He played for the Raiders or
He
whatever.
did play for the Raiders. Yeah. Oh man, Austin Collie. There's a deep cut from the Colts. There's a really deep cut.
How
on
about
that.
those Colts tight ends for a while? Like
Oh, Dallas Clark,
Dallas Clark, Jacob Tammy.
Jacob Tammy. Then they
Who was that
had
other guy.
Doyle, Jack Doyle. He was there for a
Stanford,
little while.
right.
But I don't think any of them went to Jacksonville. You're right. I keep thinking of a defensive player, but I can't think
Yeah,
of
like-
who.
Like those edge rushers. And,
Yeah, like all right. Maybe we can come off that one.
Yeah.
All right, Bills, Jags. Bills, Jags. Bills, Jags. It's not Mitch Trubisky, right? He never played in Jacksonville.
Trying to think of like that 2017.
Oh, like
AFC
that
championship
Bortles,
team,
yeah, Leonard Fournette, and the defense was so.
Fournette would work.
Does he
Played for
work
the
there?
Bills. Yeah, he played for the Bills.
Okay, I didn't.
He played like one game.
That's all we need is one game.
Yeah.
All right, Leonard Fournette.
Oh,
I didn't know he
man.
was in Buffalo. That's fine. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you, Pat. It didn't look like I did, but I
Oh,
trust
my
you.
goodness.
All right. Good
Oh, my
cut.
goodness,
All
man.
right. Wow. All right,
Because I remember people were like, "He's
now
gonna be
we're in the
fantasy
barn.
football, yeah. Fantasy
now we're
football
in the
winning.
barn. All right.
Okay.
I can't get off. I keep thinking of Fred Taylor now.
yeah.
I keep thinking of it, but I don't.
He would have worked for.
Oh no, that's right. That was
Bills,
Bills. You
Jags.
were thinking Bills, not not the
Colts, Jags, man.
I feel like it's
Like Rock Yassin, like one of those dudes.
that's a good cut, but I don't know if he ever played in Jacksonville. Did he? I know he played for
Bob
the
Sanders
Colts.
only played for the Colts.
Yeah, he only ever played for the Colts.
Yeah. Oh
Man, who is that corner that they had forever in Jacksonville?
Because it was next to Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yannick Ngakoue never went anywhere else.
Well, did he play in Jacksonville?
He played in Jacksonville. I don't know if he played for the Colts.
I know.
though.
I'm like pretty sure he played for the Colts.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I don't hate the Yannick Ngakoue pull here.
Dwight Freeney, one of those dudes. Yannick.
Yeah, I don't know.
I kind of like this pull.
I
right
kind of
here.
like it.
I kind of like.
Kind
the
of
pull.
like
Should
it.
we just roll with
Click
it?
it. Yeah,
come
nice.
on.
Let's go.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Good pull.
I'm coming for your throne, Ryan.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice. See most popular.
Oh,
Oh,
Gardner
Gardner Minshew. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
How
Joe,
could we-
Joe Flacco.
Gabriel Davis. That's a
Amari
good one.
Cooper.
Amari.
Nice.
Wow, geez,
Nice.
Amari. Yeah, Flacco too.
Gardner
Good one.
Minshew. You know what?
Wow,
We need to
dude.
remember Gardner Minshew
Yeah.
more for this because
He's
he's
been in a
more
lot of
well-traveled than you think.
Yeah, dude.
More
Chiefs
well-traveled than
now?
you think.
My
Good
God.
pull with
Come
Yannick
on, let's
Ngakoue.
go.
That's good for the Buckeyes.
on.
Good for the Browns. We got our picks. So come your way next. Presented by FanDuel.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows, energy efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
I really appreciate everybody joining us this week's show. Have a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. It's my favorite holiday. Halloween. It's my favorite time of the year. So enjoy it. Sit down for some football. Get ready to go. It is time for our picks. Pat McGuire, Matt Fontana with you this week. We'll start with the Browns here. Sorry. Sorry. The 49ers are on a path. They're on this mission right now. They're in the best division in football, I think, in the NFC West right now. It's 5.5. Browns are not going to cover. I think this is at least a touchdown game. I think it's a 10-point game at minimum. I know the Browns defense is going to try to keep this close. I've got this like a 24-14 type of game, somewhere around there. 24-14. I like Fannin for an anytime touchdown this week. I like Fannin for
the
that.
way he was running, I mean,
Yeah.
he was quarterback's best friend for sure.
Shador needs to start looking for him a little bit more.
Yeah,
He does.
Which
He
is
does.
crazy, too, because that
So,
was one of his main targets, too.
Yeah,
But
so-
did you see that the Browns were one of the first teams ever to have rookies lead in passing yards?
I saw that.
Rushing yards, receiving yards. I mean, it was 40. It was most of the offense was rookies. I don't know where David Njoku went, but I mean, it's incredible showing over there in Las Vegas.
There was a stat that I think Dan Murphy of the Browns put out. They were the first team in NFL history to have 5 rookies record 40 or more
That's what it
scrimmage
was, yeah.
yards, which was Bond, Fannin, Sampson, Q, and
Shador, I believe.
And I think, Shador. Yeah, scrimmage yards. So there you go. I never had that before, so I think it's going to be a rough one for
What's
the
our
Browns.
over-under on this Browns game, by the way? Over-under 36.5.
Under.
I'm taking the under as
Under.
well.
I think
So,
that's probably my best bet.
Earlier
yeah.
this season, too, the Browns-Raiders and the Browns-Vikings, those were the 2 lowest over-unders of the season. They tied for the lowest over-unders this season. This one's not far off. I'm still taking the under here.
Yeah, I'm going to say the under on that as well.
Unbelievable.
We go to the Buckeyes.
Come on, baby.
10,
Let's go.
15. I like it up to 17.
Yeah, I like it.
This is a
I like it.
35-17 type of game. If Michigan can even score 17. 35-17. Easy cover for the Buckeyes. Don't even think about it. Pat?
I'm taking the Buckeyes 34-10.
Nice.
I barely think that Michigan will get in the end zone.
I don't
I just the way that the
You're
Ohio
right.
State lines up this particular season, again, all the caveats that come with it. Like we've said this for years past, but I think Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese, these dudes are going to absolutely eat Michigan alive on defense. It's going to feel like the Browns Raiders from the other day. Bryce Underwood, he gets really jumpy. He's got happy feet kind of in the pocket as well. Really athletic quarterback, so you can get burned down the field a little bit if they run the clear out routes, that type of thing. I think the Buckeyes are taking this one handily in the big house.
We got it. All right, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the football. Enjoy the food. Thanks to our friends at FanDuel. Get signed up today, FanDuel.com/big play to Physicians Ambulance Pure. And you know there's some garage beers going down this weekend, baby. You know you love it. Go Browns, go Buckeyes, go Cavs, go Jackets. Get it all. Appreciate you joining us this week. For Pat McGuire, I'm Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy. I'm Matt Fontana, and as always, take it easy.